All right, I guess we're live, which is great. Oh, why are we doing this? No, go back. Streamlabs, why are you doing this to me? Hi, what if we put this back in the perfectly arranged way it already was? Thank you. Okay, stay. Okay. Let's make sure nothing else got moved. Perfect. Okay. Hello, people. So we... Oof. Already got a cold. Where did my toilet paper go? Oh, I moved it. Perfect. That's fine. We are continuing playing Doki Doki Literature Club today, which is exciting, I would say. I'm a little bit nervous because today we're probably actually gonna get to the horror part, which reminds me I will put my trigger warnings in. Where did I? Okay, hold up. I'm gonna get my tissue because my nose is just... No, it's okay, Sarge. We're not doing anything. Ugh, such a glamorous life I lead. Okay, put that back. Okay, good to go. So yeah, we are playing Doki Doki Literature Club, continuing on from yesterday. If you missed the first episode yesterday, I highly recommend watching it. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was pretty light. There really wasn't anything that triggering, which was nice, but I did still have the warnings, of course. But if you don't know, Doki Doki Literature Club is a sort of satirical horror take on the stereotypical dating sims. So you are an unnamed player who I guess is a boy, but I didn't know that at first, so I put my name in, as you would. And your friend, Sayori, drags you to the literature club that she's in with her friends, and surprise, there are 3 other really cute girls, and you get to choose who you romance. But anyone who knows this game knows that things get dark really fast. So yesterday's stream was pretty much just 2 hours of me doing various voices for all the characters and laughing at Monica's infamous pose. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure she will do it again at some point today, so I will point it out, or you'll just be able to tell because I'll be laughing so hard. But yeah, I think that's about everything. I'm doing a little bit earlier today because I actually am on a D&D stream every other Saturday, so I will post a link to that in the chat at the end of the stream, I think, and then I'll also be tweeting about it and stuff. What else? My hair today is brought to you by I showered and washed my hair last night, and using a blow dryer for more than like 2 seconds hurts my arms, so I blow dry my bangs and then I just braid it to dry, and then depending on my level of activity I will either take them out and actually do a hairstyle or not, but today I didn't, so you have slept in braids. I also wore this shirt that I got at a thrift store because it makes me think of anime. I don't actually, if anyone knows what this mask is from, please tell me. It says heroes and villains, so I don't know if it's a reference to an old anime or like a traditional East Asian play with masks. I know a couple different cultures do that, but yeah. I think that's everything. I may be putting this off a little bit because I'm a tiny bit worried about this game, but we'll see. Obviously, take care of yourselves. If it's too much, feel free to stop watching, and I will do the same, because as you can see from this ridiculously long message that I copied from, like, official trigger warnings, it's a lot, and my dog is whining, so I will let him out, because I'm a good dog parent. Excuse me. Alright, go on out, whiny boy. Yesterday, we actually had Sarge hanging out for most of the stream. I'm trying to figure out a way to... I wonder if I can simultaneously stream from my phone, because I would love to have you guys see him, but I sufficed for taking a picture and then posting it across my social medias, which you can find in the About Me section. But that's enough random chat. I will actually start playing the game now. Okay. Click over here, move so I can still see the chat. Do that. Getting so good at technology. Also note the lighting. I put my ring light on my vanity right now, so I'm hoping it'll give us a bit more light. Obviously I'm doing this in late afternoon, so the sun goes down because it's winter. But let me know if you guys can see me okay. The caption should be on, so we should be okay to go. If you missed yesterday's, we were sort of going for Natsuki, or I guess that's what the game decided. I didn't have a preference, so I just picked random words, but we've had more scenes with her. She showed us her little comics, or her manga, so I'm guessing that's the route we're going. But yeah, I would be curious to replay this game, going for each character and seeing how that changes things. Maybe I'll do that in the future. Right, so one of the mechanics is that we have to write a poem every night, and by write I mean you select a bunch of words. I would love to read the poems that we write because the words are really random and I want to see how they would put them together, but we don't get that option. We just pick who we show our poem to. If I recall correctly, Natsuki loved it and Sayori also liked it. Sayori also wrote a really sad poem about how someone who's depressed like tries to appear really happy for their friends so they don't worry, but inside they're breaking, which was heartbreaking because I know what happens in this game. Anyway, let's go to Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri doesn't usually like our poems because they're cute. Oh, that's right, you have to click in the text box. Is the music level and everything alright? Please let me know. Well done, Gem. Your skills are already improving. Also, I don't like our character because they're mean to Sayori and kind of pompous, so I'm kind of sad that they have my name, but whatever, I'll live. Anyway, really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Huh? I love the vocal exclamations. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. I'm also here for the fact that none of the girls ever look you in the face. As someone who does not like eye contact, this is fine for me. I don't necessarily know why all their faces are turned away, but sure. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. I hope that we just wrote the list of random words that I selected and like that's the entire poem. We don't have any other words. I think that would be really funny. And also about the level of intellect that this character has, so. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. I mentioned this last time, but I love the poses. Obviously, Monika's pose is the most, like, weird, out of control, non-human proportions, but even Yuri, so I understand they're trying to show off her chest, but to give you an idea as someone with a larger chest, when you stand up straight or sit up straight, it's like this. Even if I were to go like this, what she's doing is like this. That's really uncomfortable. Like, I mean, you can see how her back arches. That's not... Like, I get you want to show off, but it's not a comfortable position now. Ah, my back hurts from just trying to do that. Okay, poor Yuri. I hope she has a back brace. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I also like playing a nervous, prepubescent teenage boy. I think that's funny. I have, well, an example of that, if you'd like to read it. Oh, her handwriting's hard to read. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? No, she just brought another piece of writing with her. Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Okay. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. Bread is never a guilty snack. That is a lie. My attention was caught by the scuttering a word? Is scuttering a word to describe animals? The scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary, which I also don't think is a word, human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Yeah, I know about scuttling. Thank you. I don't know about scuttering. It doesn't sound right. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife, oh dear, was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase. I also don't think increment is a word. Whatever. I just think it's funny that she's so smart, and I think she's using these words wrong, but maybe it's a translation error. I don't know. and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. Okay, so today's poems are clearly showing us a little bit more about the darker elements of the girls and what's going to happen to them. So I'm assuming this is pretty obvious, but if not, I can tell you right now that the bread is not bread. But it does make you think of a sick raccoon we saw when I was a kid. So, I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. It's really obvious. Idiotic teenage boy Gem, but okay. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Why does my bra always... Whatever. I'm very close with you on string, clearly. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobby. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for strange interest? Huh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. That's right, they had a fight in the last play of the game. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I don't call it a hobby. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. We've done nothing. This poor character has no idea what's going on. Oh god, Monica. So if you missed yesterday's stream, I have been portraying Monica as a combination between a kindergarten teacher, a newscaster, and a terrifying robot, which means I smile through all of her lines, which is really painful. So we're gonna take a drink to get some energy. Okay. I'm sure her poem will be even more stalkery, which is exactly what we want. Hi again, Gem. That was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you have been getting along so well. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't stop, of bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveform, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Oh, load me. Okay. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? There we are! Okay. I needed this. I mentioned this yesterday, but if I get too scared, just type like Monica pose and I will just remember. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. That's actually quite a good technique. I am impressed. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. I'm convinced our character has never read anything and just has, like, no critical thinking skills. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Yes, he is. Anyway. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh no. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Ow. No! Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? It already hurts. I haven't even read that much. Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Why didn't you think of this earlier then? That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. I thought you'd heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Huh? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. I also realize I am imitating the aliens from the guy who didn't like musicals when Mariah Rose Faith is doing their voice, so I guess that's where this is coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. Don't know why I rolled the R's there. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. That's a great, I'm sorry, but you're doing it anyway. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I'm gonna sneeze. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Am I gonna sneeze? No, the Monica voice made the sneeze go away. Give myself a workout just doing these poses. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. Good reading the room, me. I think Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get it over with. Oh, right! I need to differentiate Sayori and Monika's voice more. Don't know if anyone's noticed, I'm trying to make Monika's cadence sound really, like, unnatural and like a robot, but she and Sayori have similar voice pitches in my head, because they're both so happy. Well, happy. But yeah, I'll see if I can differentiate a little bit more. I don't know if anyone even cares about, like, my voice acting here, but I do. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Ugh. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. I'm trying. Yeah, sometimes I want to do voiceover work, but I don't have any voiceover work experience, and it's really hard to get hired if you don't have experience, so... No way! Monica! This is too sudden! I think Yuri just says everything like a 20th century, 19th century woman who's, like, constantly about to swoon. Ugh, it's so hard. Not to make fun of anyone who's shy or going through any of the issues that all these girls definitely have, but yeah, it's just lightening the mood a little bit. Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Did her eye just disappear? Wow, okay. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Haha, of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! I hope I'm saying her name right. I want to say it like the English way, like Monica, but since I'm doing all the others in, like, what I hope is proper Japanese pronunciation, I guess it would be Monica? I don't know. Now I want to learn Japanese. I guess I have time to learn Japanese. I don't really have anything else going on besides tutoring, so... Someone teach me Japanese. Haha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. Oh, also, Nai, actually, since you're on here, is it cool if I make you a mod? I don't think anyone else is here, but I'm trying to make more mods than just my mom, because obviously I don't expect everyone to watch it at once, so if that's cool, let me know. I think I can do it in stream, but if not, I'll do it after. Anyway, this poem is called... Please something... It's gonna be dark, isn't it? Perfect. Okay, let me see if I can do that super quick. One moment. Can I do it? Maybe? The problem is my computer is barely barely able to host all of this at once. So it's really slow. Okay, I added you as a friend, which isn't... I don't know if that's, like, necessary to mod or not, but... Maybe it's this thing. Nope. Okay, I will figure this out later then, but yeah, we'll figure it out. If you know how, let me know, but I don't know, so. And we're all live, even though I think you're the only one watching, but whatever. Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! Every time I read her name, I think of Yuri on Ice with like the 8 exclamation points or whatever. Oh god. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. I remember watching a game theory when this game came out about how this was like a free... I mean, it's a game, but like a teaser for a different horror game. And he was taking a lot of evidence from this poem and how like she was it like a cult or something? I'll have to rewatch it. But I don't actually know, like, did this company release another game that focused more on the themes in this, this poem? I don't know. Hi, new viewer. If you weren't watching before, we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Please refer to the trigger warnings above because, yeah. But I hope you enjoy. I wish it told me who was coming in so I knew if it's a new person or someone who was watching before and like logged off and logged back on. But since I don't, you're just gonna keep getting the intro every time I see the viewer go, the viewer count. Alright, let's read whatever the hell this is gonna be. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman, okay? The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation, please don't. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Is she passed out? Okay. I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, don't be mean to her. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly... Why are we so mean to her? It breaks my heart. She's so nice, and then like every interaction we have is just ripping on her. Anyway, the poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori means when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. It is, and I want to be sad when all the bad stuff happens. It's not even a horror, like, fear thing. Well, the glitch part might freak me out. But, like, I just want them to be okay. And I know they're not going to be okay, but it's good. It's good. I'm not emotionally invested in these characters that I've played for about 2.5 hours. It's fine. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Gem liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It means you're a dick. Me. I want to give them another name. They don't deserve my name. It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Huh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Gem. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Gem lower everyone else's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Maybe we should change this stream name to just Gem bullying herself, themself. I don't know about pronouns today. Because in Monster Prom I bully myself. Now I'm bullying myself here. Come on. Natsuki. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Ow. Sorry I'm not as really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki's voice is such a relief. It's so easy. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Oh well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope... I'm cracking like a prepubescent boy. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. I'm gonna have to do this at some point. The urge is getting stronger and stronger to just stand and like, I want to cosplay her just so I can take pictures only in that pose. Presumably falling over. Oh my god. Okay. Yes, the Monica pose. Okay. Did you just shrink? Okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. She is. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. I realize I should be reading your comments out loud now because they don't show up on the screen, although they would show up in the chat, but whatever. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Oh, Natsuki's just dead, I guess. I don't know. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? But what about me? You could have me. You could... Look how flexible I am. Okay. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? I don't know, say this is my best friend I've known since we were 5. Of course it's nice to walk home with her. It's okay, Gem. You don't have to say it. We don't deserve you, Sayori. Whatever. Let's go already. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Natsuki has to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. It's not that weird a question, dude. Oh, God! Okay, I can't betray you, baby. I can't. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Natsuki? Yes, because you hate her, but I don't, so I'm in control. Nah? But she's so cute and fun to be around. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. Oh my god, we have empathy. It's a miracle. Does she not have a nose? Do any of them have noses? Have I just not noticed that? You're so silly, Gem. You think about me too much sometimes. Natsuki would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. Probably not, they don't have noses. Okay. I think I see like a speck, maybe? But that could just be my eyes. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. This is painfully relatable and I don't like it. Hello again, new viewer who may have been watching before. I have no idea. Please refer to the trigger warnings. Actually, I will put them back in just to be safe. See, what we need is for the new people that watch to follow me so I automatically know that they're real people. Or like new people, but also... If you follow me, something really cute will happen, so you should probably follow me, just saying. I worked hard on that, by which... Yeah, no, I did work hard on that, so follow me. If you haven't already. Okay, what's the point in speculating in something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy, too. You do? Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh goody, more words. So basically what I've been doing is just picking random words because I don't particularly want to go for any of them, if I'm being honest. I'm really not a fan of dating sims, but sure. Let's just go with sparkle. Fantasy. Laugh, treasure, sugar, it's definitely me, twirl, Lipstick, Heaven Sent, Puppy, Bunny. I keep getting Natsuki. Maybe Natsuki and I just have really similar word personalities. Rose. So I guess is Sayori just happy because Monika's obviously like stocky obsessed. Natsuki's cute and like sugar. Yuri likes passion and depressing stuff. I don't know. I don't know what this word means, so I'm gonna pick it. Fireflies. Gotta pick Doki Doki. And Kawaii, because we just have to. Giggle. Universe. Fireworks, cute Katy Perry, waterfall. And not suicide, thank you. We'll do dream. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Haha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination. That's a different game that I also haven't played. But I guess passion. Keep getting worried I'll have lipstick on my teeth, but I think this one's pretty good. It doesn't smear. I don't know. I haven't worn lipstick in so long because I've been so sick, and now I'm like, what is makeup? Why is it on my face? My skin is not reacting great to it, but that's fine. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. Oh, we're rhyming now. Good God. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. I have always been jealous about this. I know it's a thing in Japanese schools, but we don't have that here. And a day where all you get to do is play and go to different clubs sounds pretty great. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? I can speak. Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Well, fried squid would be takoyaki. That's a pretty common snack, I think. Right? So it's not that weird of a fete. Okay, we had fete through that, though that was more primary school. Also, thank you. Is that like carnival? Or, because fete just means party, but is it also a club thing, or? I don't know what that is. We had parties for holidays in elementary school and maybe sometimes in high school. I know language classes really liked doing traditional holidays from the countries of the languages that they spoke, or at least would talk about them. Oh, Christmas, related to Christmas and Easter, okay. I just remember liking Halloween, actually most parties in elementary school, because one of the things they'd have for us was like apples with caramel dip, and I would just fill up a plate with a caramel dip and eat it with a spoon. It was so good. It's great. But yeah, actually, I used to go to a Japanese summer festival in Minnesota with Laura, and that's where I got Iona Yukata. That's where I got it. And I think I tried takoyaki there, because I know they were selling it, and I got to try a sword, and it was really cool. And yeah, they were selling so many nice things, and it was in a park, and it was also at the zoo. So the zoo there had a bonsai exhibit, which they made bigger. Thank you. I hope to get affiliate soon. I think I need I always forget which one's lower, affiliate or partner, but I would like to get to the next level soon. But yeah, the festival was always really fun. I went twice, I think. Alright, yeah, we read that already. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Huh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because It's right in your name. Monica. I don't know which one of those words means squid, but... I can't. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't really do other people promotion here. It's kind of rude to go onto somebody else's stream and promote yourself. So I appreciate the well wishes, but if you don't feel like just watching, I'm gonna delete your message, and yeah. I will add that to my rules. I don't think I had it in there. So totally fine because you didn't know, but yeah, we're not gonna have other people promoting themselves in my stream. And yes, the festival was really fun, and I wish I could go to it again. It was really hot, but it was really cool. They also had a lot of performances. And things like that, so they had local Japanese dance groups and stuff like that, which was really fun. Okay, well, yeah, best of luck to you as well. That's not how you say my name at all. How do you say your name? I don't know. Also, that joke made no sense in translation. This is true, it does not make sense in English, and I don't know Japanese enough. Takoyaki... Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up, aren't I? Alright, hold as I try to look up how to say squid in Japanese. Because that's just how my brain is. And now I need to know, so. Why are we not typing? Oh, somehow my caps lock got turned on, so now we just have screaming squid in Japanese, but that's fine. Hello? Let's see if my computer can manage. Ah, okay, so it is called Ika. How do you... Is there like a voice thing? No, that's fine. Cool. Well, the more you know. Yeah, actually, that would be kind of interesting. My hair is a bit long for Natsuki's style. And I don't really have ribbons, but it definitely is an interesting look. Hello. Come back on. Okay. Never mind. I do love the fourth wall breaks that we get as the game starts going more into horror. That makes me really happy. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as funny as Yori's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Oh, she's still here? Okay. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. Yeah, that could be interesting too. Anime characters definitely have really cool hairstyles. Oh, we have a third viewer. Hello again, third viewer. Please be sure to refer to the trigger warnings. If you scroll up slightly in the chat, you'll see them. We're playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Be careful with yourself. Because things are getting dark now. So we walk over to Sayori, who's staring at nothing. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. Yeah, anime hair is a lot. Yesterday I did my hair in that bun, and it had one thing sticking up, just like some of the anime characters do. I'm spacing on the name, but the little one sticky hair thing, it was kind of funny. But I feel like anime hairstyles would take a lot of effort and like styling that I don't have the energy for. So I'm fine with my buns and my braids and my nothing. That's about it. Maybe someday. It's nice to have long hair again to do styles with. I'm really happy that my hair grew back out, so that's cool. I'm fine. See? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. No! If you say so. No, we're so stupid. No! No! I can't control this game. It's a visual novel. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. No! but the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Ugh. Maybe I should ask Monica if she noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Gem, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? I am a robot. I do not understand this slang. She is not on the ceiling. In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh my god. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Gem. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Gem. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Gem. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful, because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori's sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Isn't this like normal human behavior? Like, even if you don't love her, she's your oldest friend. Even if I barely knew someone, they were like a classmate, if they were acting this depressed, I would be concerned. I wouldn't be, oh, how much do I care about her that I feel bad for her? Like, what? Hello? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. Yes, because you have no feelings and no concept or sense of other people. Ooh. Did they intend to make this character like this hateable? Because now I am bullying myself. As myself. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Hey, you. I look up to see Natsuki next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. Yes, they meant to make the character hateable. Oh, because it's satire. Yeah, that makes sense. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez. I do like Natsuki more than the other Tsundere character from Fire Emblem, Leonie, because she just annoys me, but Natsuki's alright. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, you can just tell me to leave you alone and I will. I mean, assuming you don't feel like talking about it or anything. She practically mumbles that last part. Nah, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today, but she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. No. Yeah. I should have thought of it that way from the start. Don't do this. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not. Geez, if you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already. Yeah. Ooh, okay, it is dog feeding time, so I will be back in 2 seconds. It's okay, I got this. I can feed him. Okay? Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Okay, the dog is being fed, so life is good. Out of curiosity, can you hear me when I go to the back soon screen? Because I don't have an audio capture thing on that particular scene, so I don't think you're able to, but I'm unsure. So if you let me know, that would be cool, because I am curious. Yes, you can hear, or yes, you can't hear. So like if I switch to the screen that says back soon, can you hear me? Yes or no? I can do it again. Yes, can hear. Okay. Then I will be sure to mute my mic. That's what I thought, but I don't know. I had to feed the dog, so. Okay, back to depression. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Oh god, okay. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki. Huh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Oh. I know this game is meant to go whack because of Monica, but like, the idea that Sayori brings you to this club because she knows what's gonna happen to her is making me very upset right now because she wants to give you more friends. Okay. Okay, it's a game. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Gem. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Oh my god, she's practically wearing a sign that says, I am so depressed. Why can we not see this? Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Baby! Okay, Natsuki. Let's see. You're certainly enthusiastic today. Of course. You know I like your writing. I'm just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. Just gonna check the lighting. No, it seems okay. I need to figure out a better lighting situation. Right now my thing's really high, but I don't know, I guess I'll just be in shadow. Maybe if I turn on my room light, but I don't know if it'll reach over here. My room was not exactly set up for streaming, so usually when I film YouTube videos, I'm facing the window, so I get that sort of natural light, but since my vanity's here, this is what we've got, and that unfortunately is far away from the light and the window, but that's okay. Maybe the darkness is suitable for this game. Anyway, it's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer, that's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Huh. Natsuki? What? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best. Right? Took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. Who would have thought? Sarge, get out of the closet. Every time I feed Sarge after he eats from his bowl, he goes and rummages inside my closet in the hopes that there will somehow be more food there, and I don't know why. Stay out of the closet, sir. Oh, hello, we're back to 3 viewers. Trigger warning, Doki Doki Literature Club, scroll up to see it. Still not sure if this is the same thing or not, so I gotta find a bot or something for this to show me who's new. Anyway, maybe not. Yeah, okay, so she wants to make up for her insecurities. It's very obvious. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that too. Cue Marina and the Diamonds. Feel like I'm the worst, so I act like I'm the best. Love that song. Oh no is great. Right? Gem, please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this. Natsuki, cause nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, that's too cute, just like you, Natsuki? Sometimes I don't want to be cute, but nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lip starts to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey, Natsuki. If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Don't read it. Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk. It's not any good. And I know you hate my poems. So you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Why? 'Cause I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style's anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it. But I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think your style's more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well, but sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're also a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. Don't want you to look at my face right now. Ooh, I can relate to that. Okay, I will. Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward, because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout. But my truest feelings can never come out. Go on, Sarge. Go on up. Sarge! Up! Up! He's got his toy on my bed and he's just sitting there. There we go. Staring at it. Anyway, back to poetry. But my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty, because you listen to me. When someone is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller, because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's all torn apart? My faith is a little bit stronger, because you trust in me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is the best. My best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. Oh, that's really nice. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, just say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not that I don't like it. It was just a little surprising to read. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes, because I have 2 brain cells. I always mean well. Ugh. And I am happy that you showed this to me. I liked it. Well, yeah, I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's... meaningful. I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do, Natsuki takes my hand and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki's doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. Just, I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem. That was really sweet, and I know the horror is coming, and I feel dread. Well done, Gem. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first. But now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. Did they not do this in school normally? Like in all of my English classes, we had to share writing with people. We called it peer editing. People would give each other comments. I mean, it had to be nice. Like you couldn't say anything really mean, but you could give constructive criticism. And usually you'd have to read something out loud at some point, whether that was like a textbook or your own stuff. But I don't know about Japanese education, so maybe they don't. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing, And I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Gem? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer, and even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Huh? Why me? I think I've managed to flirt with everyone. Like, get everyone to like me. Except Monica, but you don't have to try for that. Which was not my intent, but here we are. Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome? Oh, her eye's gone again. Wait, she does have a nose now. Does it only appear in side profile? How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. Oh, nope, it's gone again. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to these sort of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it, babe. I understand. Overthinking is very bad. She verbalizes it a lot more than I think I would, but I get it. I think that's a... Jeez. I think that's the problem, is I can relate to all of these girls, well, except Monica, because she's not a girl, she's a robot. And so it's a bit like, I don't know. It's hard when you relate to characters sometimes. Overthinking? Being disliked. Oh no. Yuri! What? What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clean blue sky and expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds and endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle while the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations or until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish in the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to earth forevermore. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. So, Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I see. Something tells me the poem Natsuki showed me isn't the one she plans on sharing with everyone else. Did they write about the same thing yesterday? I honestly don't remember. I know hers was about cutting, but I don't remember what Natsuki's was about. No, I don't know. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Alright. Hi, Gem. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club's one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? I don't understand why they think mimicking someone's writing style means that you like them as in romantically and not just their writing style, like, or as a person. I don't, or maybe you just had a similar writing style already. Honestly, the way this character is built, is very simplistic, so I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote in a very simplistic way anyway. And now they're all just like, oh, it's Natsuki, but like, she doesn't own having a simple style. This is a horror game. I'm putting way too much thought into a horror game. A horror game that doesn't require loads of deductive thought, I should say. I want to do a puzzle game. That's... Oh, come on, Gem. It's awfully suspicious, you know? It is. Spending time with her in the clubroom every day. Pretending to like the manga that she's into. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. Huh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Gem. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's ever indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. Literally all we've done is sat with this poor girl and read things that she likes and said nice things about her writing. This is like the bare minimum of being nice. We're not exactly, I don't know, singing outside her window, Jesus. So, I just need to ask one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times, she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club, too. And you wouldn't want to do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. While I care about her in the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monica smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Oh god. The Lady Who Knows Everything. Subtle. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth, the lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall. And I fall and fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefingers, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Cheery. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. Of course you didn't, because you don't think of anything. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers about writing things that are more sad than happy. You're just clocking on to this. Good job. Haha, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Okay. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Hello, new viewer. We are playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Please scroll up in the chat to refer to the trigger warnings. We haven't hit much horror yet, but there's definitely been some allusions to some darker stuff, and darker stuff is definitely coming, so keep that in mind and enjoy. Also follow if you haven't already. Something cute will happen. And I go back into being terrifying kindergarten teacher, politician, robot lady. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Okay, what do we think it's gonna be? Her writing tip has literally never related to writing, so what weird fourth wall thing do we think? Any ideas? If you actually know, don't say it, but if you don't know and you want to guess, feel free. I will take another sip of water because Monica's voice is hard to do. God, I'm gonna have to nap between this stream and the next one I do. No guesses? Okay. Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That was actually kind of related. Interesting. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Huh. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen, in case we needed any more foreshadowing. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Huh. It seems you're right. Huh. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Who? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Was that an owl? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations. So, let's just decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You are the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. Huh, that may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Gem. The one who is truly useless. Ha ha ha, don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand.
You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's...
Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? Alright, if anyone wants me to choose a specific member, let me know. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe I'll just go randomly. How on earth are they gonna... excuse me. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Gem may not like to be around you if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Gem to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Gem to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know. So I'm sure he's interested in...
You literally just said... I'm surprised as well.
Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez. Can we just settle on this already?
Yeah. Gem, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Of course. Very well.
In that case,
everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going to go with... No preferences, then I will just wiggle the mouse around and close my eyes. I guess that's Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Huh? Just a minute ago you were saying that.
That's because... Never mind, okay?
Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri?
Of course. I'm used to it after all. Thanks. Yeah, I got Natsuki.
That's good.
Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited?
Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts.
What about you, Gem?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri?
She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering for her to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glares back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hand down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're gonna help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're gonna make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So... You need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. This is how I should talk to myself when I'm depressed. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. I don't want the hiccups, I'm streaming. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. 'Cause Sayori would always help everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb.
I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? Huh? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me. Huh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Geez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You'd better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you'd better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you say you were just gonna give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that it's not like I could act like in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just 'cause I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is. So, alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Ah, never mind. Can't believe this. Natsuki's gonna be coming over to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might happen when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. Luckily, it's a game, so we can skip right there. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? Okay, we are going to put a massive trigger warning here. There is going to be a hanging body. Spoiler. Yeah. I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Who just walks into somebody's house? Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. Okay. The house is quiet. I don't want to do this part. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Wait, okay, so if the implication here is that she killed herself after going home from the club on Friday, did her parents just not notice for 2 days? Or did she just get, like, increasingly more depressed? I don't know, but that's horrific. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Oh shit, she's still alive. Never mind. Sorry. Well, now you know what's coming. Hi, Gem. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. Also, I love the giant cow. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. Really sorry about the spoilers, guys, but I would hate for anyone to get triggered or upset by watching this stream, so yeah, I'll do my best to keep it updated. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Gem. Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even be thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Till I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Gem. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Gem? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? 'Cause most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? Whew, this is real! That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. Without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Why are you making this about you? Oh my god. You don't deserve my name, Faceless Computer Man. You don't. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. Also, to lighten the mood, I like that she's wearing a bow in pajamas. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Gem. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So, that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Gem. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt, too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Gem... Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Gem... Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing in my ear, next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Gem, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Gem. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. You could change them. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy, but it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki's about to come over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Just thought of the Monica pose. I spend only a few minutes back at home anxiously waiting for Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Aw. Sup? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make me feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. What else would be in there? Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Hello, possible new fourth viewer. We're playing Doki Doki Literature Club. It's real triggering. Feel free to scroll up in the chat
For the trigger warning, actually, I'll just put it again. Why the heck not? We've got 15 minutes left, but I want to make sure that everyone is fine. Right now we're doing some baking, and you just missed me do, if I do say so myself, some quite good voice acting, but also heartbreaking, so... Baking. Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Gem? Come on. Since when do I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Ugh, this is ridiculously heavy. Huh. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. Huh. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know. And just because I don't have the mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki, forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Trust me on this one. Gross. Hey! Was that to me? Who else? Man. Let's just get started already. Ha! You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Gem. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Gem, where did you put the food coloring? The batter is going to be in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. Okay, chaos is about to ensue. From the dogs, I think, so just get ready for that. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. That's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so... Come on! You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you just at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki's trying to get out of me. That was actually less horrible in terms of barking than I expected. Go dogs. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes light up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Oof. I don't know if anyone's made icing without a mixer before, but if they're making royal icing, which they probably are because it's cupcakes, although I guess it could be buttercream. Yeah, it could be buttercream. It's a lot of mixing. Huh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face! Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this! Natsuki instead wipes it off with her fingertip before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish! I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Stop! Why does she have a fang? Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine, I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. What? Did you seriously just... Huh. Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Gem, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls, unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Huh? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. Ugh. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. The tension from the moment still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake tray into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells so good! The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling, warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look! She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that'll make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns, but you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. I miss being a baker. Like, happy birthday or whatever. I see. That gives me an idea, actually. Huh? Well, it's a literature event, right? We can make it more literature-themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcakes based on a word they like. Huh? I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea, so maybe I'm getting it from you. Well, what's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well,
Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Did you say something? Nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Huh. Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she were here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I feel so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. What you said before about not always having the chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere... Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah. I want to spend more time with you. Gem, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingertips gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes. I would be worried if someone had pink eyes, but... Fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. She doesn't have lips. What is happening? My head starts to get dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Says Sayori? Huh? Hi, Gem. Sayori? Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Gem. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Gem? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Gem. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not gonna let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Gem. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Gem, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand into my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. That's kind of creepy. And that's what I'm going to give to you. I can't choose this! Oh no! We're gonna save here. We're gonna save here. I can't do this now. No. Okay. I can't handle that pressure at the end of a stream, so we're just gonna ditch that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you want to see me more of me, I guess, I'm gonna be playing D&D tonight on Twitch as well, which is pretty cool. The channel is called, I will type it, Doug the Dragonborn. And I play with a really great group of people, so if you want to see some wacky D&D shenanigans, I would definitely recommend that. Hopefully it'll be less heartbreaking than this stream. Can't promise, don't know what's gonna happen. But we'll see. Either way, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you have a great weekend. And I will see you next Thursday for the stream, or on Sunday.